Hello and welcome, my name is Charlotte and I am the Hi Ho Stitcher here on Flosstube and on Instagram. Welcome or welcome back. Today is the 2nd of February. It's been probably about 6 weeks since my last video. I did say I wasn't going to do one in January due to work. So yes, you have got me tired, no makeup today. So yes, it's been a month. If you are new here, then you may not know I am an accountant and January is tax return season. Deadline is the 31st, so January is absolutely manic, overtime, no days off. So it's been a month and it's caught up with me. So there wasn't much stitching in January at all. I knew there wasn't going to be, but this is probably has been my worst January since I've started stitching. It is what it is. I've only stitched one project and the goal was to get at least 2,000 stitches on that. I didn't hit it, nowhere near. It is what it is. So let's show you. So, oh, sorry, zip. So it is To Rule Them All by Circus Stitches. This is available on Etsy. And this is where we are at. Hopefully you saw a before picture. So I've now finished all the wording. I've come around here and finished this part and I've started up here. So get my notes. I did this, got 11 days stitching. In January I did 1,298 and I did work on this yesterday on the 1st of February, so that it got another 298 stitches for a total of 1,596. So in January, so it started off at 38.64%. At the end of January it was 63.23, and then at the end of yesterday it was 68.88. This is an 18 count slate grey Ada, and I don't think you can tell, but the thread is a DMC Etoile, so they do have, there is a little bit of sparkle in there. And that was all my stitching, all that I did. I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of sparkle there at the back, for the back sparklier than the front. You can see a little bit there. So yes, so that is now going away until it gets called again. It only has, let me load up, 1,643 stitches left, so when it gets called or pulled again for the 2,000 stitches, it should be finished. Should be finished. So, yes. Because it is now February, I pulled my next treasure chest for my February focus for a finish. Hello, today is the 1st of February, which means it's time to pick another chest to see what my focus for a finish is this month. Last month I pulled To Rule Them All, so January To Rule Them All to get 2,000 stitches. I did not get 2,000 stitches, I think I got about 1,200. January was horrendous for work, so it's understandable. So didn't get my 2,000, which means I definitely didn't get it finished, so it's going to go back in the box. So let's mix these up and pick. So, we are going to go for this one. And it is Shiver Me Timbers. Oh, I think that's the Sue Hillis one. Let's see what we've got. This is Shiver Me Timbers by Sue Hillis. This is a paper chart, so I have not got very far with it. And I don't know how many stitches are left because, as I said, it is a paper chart. This is stitched on a 32 count vintage marble even weave, I think that's what I got. I've got a bit of the snowman and the parrot done. 2,000 stitches might get quite a chunk of this done actually. I'm going to see if I can chart it and get it pattern keeper compatible, I think. Could probably get most of the snowman done for 2,000 stitches. So yes, that is February's focus for a finish, which is this one. I picked this. I'm hoping I would have put up my video. If not, I did do a video of me pulling this, and it pulled Shiver Me Timbers, which is a Sue Hillis design, which is kept in my this Disney Villains. Is it Villains? No, it has villains on it, but it's not fully Disney Villains. It's just Disney characters. Why did I get it? I think because it had how was it? It had Hercules and Meg on there, which you don't normally see. It has like Cruella, Evil Queen, even Loki down here. I was like, oh, you don't know. They had some characters that you didn't normally see. So yes, this is from the Stitch Bunny shop. So this is what it will look like when it is finished. And because this got pulled, it should get about 2,000 stitches, which I think is going to be quite a chunk on this. This is where we are at the moment. I did show it in my little chest pulling video. So that's as far as we've got. Now that's about 500 stitches. 507 stitches. So you've got some of the snowman, the start of a parrot, so I think 2,000 stitches will probably get quite a nice chunk of that done. think. As you can see, it's a paper pattern, which means I am going to have to digitize this so it is Pattern Keeper compatible. So it's just a little bit easier. Plus that will tell me exactly how many stitches I have left to go. This is stitched on a 32 count marble even weave by Zweigart, just a Zweigart. I think this was an accidental purchase because I wanted, this is a vintage grey marble, and I wanted a vintage marble for my shoes to go on, and I saw the vintage, it said vintage grey marble. I went, oh, that's it, not realising that this was darker than the other one. So I thought, that'd be quite nice for this. So these are stitched. I don't know whether or not I will do them or not. The white is showing up quite well on this, so obviously I may swap it out for beads, although I don't mind doing oh, I thought they were French knots. They're not, they're just stitches. Which is fine, I can do that. I may not do these, just like little random ones, but I'll do them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting some progress on that. My other main focuses for January are Middle-earth map, to get 3,000 stitches on that, pandemic, 3,000 stitches on that, and to partridge in a pear tree, to get 1,000 on that, roughly. So, yes, and that's basically my stitching. Yes, so plans I'll just quickly rush through. I have no haul. I am doing Stitch from Stash this year, and January was a good month. It was a good month, mostly because I was too busy to do any shopping. But so starting with a zero budget, 1st of January, 0. I gave myself a £20 budget for the month, which doesn't include a subscription that I've already got in place, and yeah, so my Year in the Woods 2 doesn't count. Ooh. Saying I didn't get any haul, I did get that. I did get my next month's. Through, and it was the Bobcat. I'm not entirely sure because he looks like he's smiling, so I may remove just those 2 right at the corners of his mouth. I'll wait and see when actually eventually stitch it. Anyway, Stitch from Stash, so that is not included in this because that has been going for a while. It's any new purchases. So started the month 0, £20 budget. No finishes, so that didn't help. I did have 1 purchase actually, and that was the Bella Filipina chart that he released, of the redo of the Sao. I know there has been a lot of talk and discussions regarding the Bella Filipina and the sow, and I'm not going to go into full detail. What I will say is that, because I did buy the sow when it came out, I think it was after a couple of months, so it wasn't right at the beginning. Sorry, I thought my camera was going down. Because I fell in love with one of the sirens. I didn't stitch it. I didn't start stitching it. And in all honesty, forgot about it. And then he released the new chart. And it looks so much more complete. Which I do prefer. And I'm glad I didn't start stitching the original sow. And he gave the existing sow members, I think, 60% off to buy this chart. So I did purchase it. I love his designs. I think he is very talented. It has left a bit of a bad taste in my mouth. And I will not be doing any more future sows with him. But it's not put me off purchasing his charts. Because I love my Mayari, I love my Hollyberry Pixie. I am planning to start quite a few other Bella Filipinas. It is just... he's pissed off a lot of the community. And that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, so detour. So I did purchase that, and I think with the conversion it came out at $12.43, so I've deducted that off, and I did a bit of a de-stash actually between Christmas and New Year. Shoved loads of things on eBay and Vinted and just there, and throughout the month a few of them have sold. So I de-stashed and made £86.55. So that I have added into my budget. I sold £32 on Vinted and £54.55 on eBay. So if I add that into, my balance at the end of January was £94.12, which I am very happy with. I am eyeing a tablet stand thing that Larry have just released. I think that's about £45, so I am very tempted with that. There is a... oh, Coyote Charting is doing a Stitchy meetup, Stitchy Day, this Saturday, 7th of February. I am going, very much looking forward to it. If you are local to Portsmouth and would like to go, check out her website, all the details are on there. It's £10 a ticket, and that basically pays for like the room hire and teas and coffees. Doesn't include any food, but there's loads of food options around. Anyway, I'm going to that, and I know somebody who is going to that has purchased one of these tablet holder things for the Lowry, so I am going to be quizzing her on whether or not it is worth it and if she would recommend it. So that may be a purchase at some point this month. There is also a Luca S kit that I really love, and it's donkeys and all that, and it just looks like the New Forest, and I just fell in love with it, and I really do want it. And it is in budget, but we're holding it a little bit, maybe, I don't know. So anyway, that is my Stitch from stash. I am in black, £94.12. So very happy with that. What's next? Let's do some shout outs, and then I will do a quick life update, and then I'll let you move on, because this is turning into a more chatty video than I was planning. So there is 2 new Flosstubers to me that I have recently watched. The first one is Natalie Johnson. She has recently put up her second video. I really enjoyed watching her first. She showed some of her like old finishes and that. It was really nice to see them, really natural. Really enjoyed watching her. The second new to me was Amy Rose. I think she's got a couple of videos out. She's also done like little extras, like how to make a needle minder from a pin badge. So really good videos. She also loves wrestling and loves cats. Well, I love wrestling as well. Oh, it was a Royal Rumble Saturday. We're not going to go into it. Absolutely not. No, I'm not happy. Anyway. So yes, she loves wrestling and she is planning to start a chart by Thread Geeks, and it is based on the movie The Mummy, which is one of my all-time favourite movies as well. So I think when she starts hers, I may jump on and start mine, because I was supposed to start a few years ago and I never did, and I've got some fabric for it, but now I think I've changed my mind. Anyway, I know I'm doing no new starts, but that may be a new start. Maybe. We'll see when she starts, when Amy starts hers, because I think hers is on a spinner, and when it gets spun then she'll start it. So it could be soon, it could be months down the line. So yes, we'll wait and see. So yes, check out those. And then the last one that I would like to mention is the lovely Keely from Cakes and Stitches. Really love, I always love her videos. The latest one I think she uploaded a few days ago, and she showed her progress of the Bella Filipina Esmeralda chart that she got a kit from at the Bella retreat last year, that I also got a kit from last year, and every time she shows it, it's just absolutely stunning. It just makes me want to start mine, but no new stats. That's the plan. Anyway, so yes, if you don't already, please check them out. They are all very lovely ladies that deserves some of your love. So yes. Oh, actually, one final mention. I wanted to mention Cross Stitch Jess, because in one of her Flossmas videos, I think it was days 18 to 24, I think it was, she said something in that just resonated with me, and I don't know why, but it just did. And she said she doesn't want to work on a project that she can't do 1% a day on. And I was like, actually, that is a really good way to think about your projects, because if you did that, all these massive ones, if you did a full day of stitching, what's the maximum you think you could do? And these ones that are like 500,000, 750,000, it could take you 3, 4, 5 days to do 1%. And I don't know, it just resonated with me. So I then went and I calculated all my projects to see what my stitch count would be for 1%. And oh, I thought I saved it. I don't think I did. know. And what was it? It was, so obviously the full coverages are the ones that are going to be like, ooh, what are they? And I think the one that has the most stitches is Dominic. So yeah, Dominic, to do 1% is 2,784. Now, I don't think I would be able to do that in a day. I think the most I've ever stitched was about 2,300. And that was during a round of myth. Well, we were about to be killed and we had to stitch our hearts out. So, 2,784 is a lot in one day. But Dominic is 10 stitch. And everyone says, oh, 10 stitch is like double the speed. I don't agree that it's double the speed. Yes, it is quicker, and I do believe it is quicker. But I don't think you're twice as quick. I'm not, at least I'm not twice as quick doing 10. Because threading the needle, starting and finishing the thread, they take the same amount of time whether or not you're using 2 threads or one strand or 2 strands. That time is always the same. So yes, you're stitching faster, but the start and the ending, the threading, trying to determine where you're going on your chart, still takes the same amount of time. So yeah, so if I divide that by, if I divide it by 2, then it's equivalent of 1,392 full stitches, which is doable. I can do that in a day, but it's not quite that. So if I say I knock off a third of the time, so 2/3 is 1,856 stitches. I've done that in a day. So I feel like Dominic, that 2,784, 10 stitches is doable in a day. Middle-earth map, that is 1/1 full cross on 28 count. That's 1,517. If I got bulk block stitches, I could probably do that. A Fierce Beauty, 1,280. Yeah, I can definitely do that. Although not at the moment with my stitchy bug, like still not the best. And then my last big full coverage is Osiris, and that will be 2,005 a day. And again, that one is 28 count, 2/110. So that one is doable as well. If I start the mummy, that is 1,458, which if I do 18 count, 2/1, again, doable. 28 count, 10 is doable. 1/1, pushing it maybe. Yeah. Anyway, long story short, I just absolutely, it was like an epiphany moment when Jess said that, and I was like, oh, yeah. Anyway, moving on again. Life update. I know not everyone is here for the life update, so if you are leaving now, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again soon. If you are here for the life update, what's happened in the last 6 weeks? So we had Christmas, we had the New Year, we've had January, we've had drama at home, Christmas was lovely. I had a really nice time. It was just me and Dara and the dogs, so that was really nice. kicked the brother-in-law out, so that was lovely. He fully moved out 31st of January. I'm not going to go into it because it makes me very angry about things. So yeah, January has been absolutely manic. Hardly any stitching, overtime, working from like 7 o'clock in the morning all the way up till 9, 10 at night. Crazy. You know what the kicker is? Last Friday, not last Friday, the Friday before. So 23rd of January. It's about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm walking up the stairs and my knee locks. Screaming pain, can't move. I managed to twist myself round, sit on the stairs, but I literally cannot move. My knee is just God, painful. Yeah. Dara has to get up out of bed, come and carry me from the stairs to the bedroom. He stretches out my knee so I can then move it. And that, oh, what the hell happened there? Wake up next morning, it's a little sore, but I can walk on it, fine, whatever. Saturday, Sunday, again, walk on it, it's a little achy. I'm like, oh, maybe I dislocated my kneecap, pushed it back into place. I don't know what happened, but I'm not in agonising pain anymore. We're just gonna, I don't have time to go to the walk-in centre, don't have time to go to doctor, whatever. So, fine. Back in the office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's my knee's getting progressively worse, painful, aching. I'm getting shooting pains down my knee and cramp and pins and needles in my feet. I'm just like, nah, something's not right with my knee. So Wednesday evening, we go to the War Memorial, Gospel War Memorial, minor injuries unit. We get there about 7 o'clock in the evening, get triaged within about 15 minutes. They're like, okay, go to the waiting room. We were there half an hour-ish, 40 minutes. Get called back, explain what happened. She's then like, okay, right. Inspected my knee and she's like, okay, fine. We're gonna have to do a couple of like stress tests. I'm just like, oh, okay. So gets in another nurse, they do the stress tests on my knees, and they're like, yeah, you dislocated your kneecap. And doing so, you've damaged the cartilage around your kneecap. Ah, right. By walking up the stairs. I didn't fall upstairs. I wasn't running or anything like that. I was literally just walking up the stairs, bent my knee to go up the next step. No, gone. So, I'm now on crutches for 3 weeks. And it just had to happen in January. If you were here a few years ago, you all know that at the end of January, a few years ago, I fell up the stairs. And I damaged my shoulder. And I didn't go to the War Memorial straight away with that either, because, you know, it's January. So I left it, rested it, fine. And about 2 months later, I woke up in absolute agony, went to the War Memorial, and yeah, it turns out I tore like a tendon or something in it. So, my stairs are cursed in January. And I am not moving to a bungalow. Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, that's not what I wanted to happen in January, and the crutches have definitely helped. But who dislocates their knee walking up the stairs? Yeah, apparently I do. Darrow's been amazing, looking after me, and that he's having to walk the dogs on his own. Yeah, so it's just... I've never had crutches before, so it's an experience using them. Anyway, I have rambled on a lot, so I do apologise, and thank you very much if you are still here. I am hoping to do another video in a couple of weeks. As I said, next weekend is the KLT Stitchy meetup, and then in about a month's time we have the Southampton Cross Stitch retreat that I organise. So if you're going to either of those, please let me know. I would love to meet you, say hello. Yes, anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope your January was not too stressful, and I will see you again soon. Bye.